Rita Hayworth chooses her 5 least favorite actresses. Rita Hayworth, born Margarita Carmen Cancino in Brooklyn, New York, on October 17, 1918, climbed from dancing and adversity to become one of Hollywood's most cherished stars. Her family's performance background affected her childhood. Eduardo Cancino, a famous Spanish flamenco dancer, and Volga Hayworth, an Irish-English Ziegfeld Follies performer, were her parents. By age 12, Rita was dancing with her father on stage. This event taught her acting skills but deprived her of a normal childhood, requiring her to learn discipline, performance, and emotional maturity beyond her years. From dancing to acting, Hayworth signed her first film contract in the 1930s. She didn't become famous immediately. To meet Hollywood's splendor, she had severe electrolysis to elevate her hairline. She dyed her hair chestnut to hide her Latina origin, which sparked entertainment industry conversations about identity and self-image. In the early 1940s, Only Angels Have Wings, 1939, Blood and Sand, 1941, and The Strawberry Blonde, 1941, established her as a passionate and charming cinematic personality. Her iconic performance in Gilda, 1946, made her the ideal femme fatale and a global symbol of sensuality and appeal. That film's image of her flicking her hair back while singing Put the Blame on Mame symbolized cinematic seduction. Rita Hayworth was famous for her beauty, but much more. A talented actress and dancer, recognized for her musical, cinematic noir, and romantic drama parts. She appeared in CoverGirl, 1944, with Gene Kelly, You Were Never Lovelier, 1942, with Fred Astaire, and Pal Joey, 1957, with Frank Sinatra. Her ability to mix sensuality with fragility, elegance with innocence made her relatable and fascinating to audiences worldwide. Rita Hayworth married Edward C. Judson in a private Las Vegas ceremony aged 18 in 1937. Judson was her first spouse and helped establish her Hollywood career. Rita was switching from dancing to acting. Judson's contacts and assistance opened opportunities in the cutthroat film industry. He helped her change her image, including switching from black hair to her distinctive red. This transformation and Judson's direction helped her obtain major jobs and become a rising star. Their marriage was difficult despite their early lives and career cooperation, including Hollywood's demands and Rita's rising stardom. After 5 years, their marriage ended in 1942, starting a sequence of turbulent relationships throughout her life. Rita Hayworth married Orson Welles in 1943. Due to their strong personalities and busy occupations, their relationship was widely reported and scandalous. Rita loved their 1944 daughter Rebecca. Although the couple shared strong passion and creativity, Orson's infidelity and the responsibilities of high-profile occupations strained their marriage. Rita was loyal to her family, yet their tension led her to divorce. In 1948, their divorce was heartbreaking, but it showed Rita's strength and desire to integrate parenting with her personal and professional goals. Rita boldly left her successful film career to focus on her personal life in 1949, shortly after her divorce from Orson Welles. Also that year, she married Prince Ali Khan, charming and wealthy Pakistani socialite known for his jet-setting lifestyle. Rita became famous beyond Hollywood after their beautiful marriage. Rita's health issues spurred Princess Yasmin Aga Khan, their 1949 daughter, to promote for Alzheimer's research. Marriage was brief. Cultural differences, heavy media attention, and personal issues were too much. Rita was divorced in 1951, forcing her to manage love and family again in public. Rita Hayworth married golden-era film producer James Hill in 1958. Rita felt more stable and partnered after this marriage. The pair balanced their personal and professional life. Despite their best attempts, the relationship soured. In 1961, they split. The emotional scars from Rita's prior marriages were one of several reasons they split. She struggled with career and health. Rita gradually retired from the spotlight and focused on her health throughout this time. Rita Hayworth battled alcoholism throughout her life, affecting her personally and professionally. Fame, failed marriages, and balancing motherhood in a hard profession. They made her use alcohol to cope. Her addiction harmed her health and ability to work later in life. Rita's long-term substance usage worsened her health by the early 1970s. She was beloved in Hollywood for her beauty, talent, and tenacity despite these challenges. Her drinking highlighted the human aspect of her life and the personal price of fame. A fading red leather notebook found in Rita Hayworth's confidant's Beverly Hills attic revealed a shocking part of her private life. Behind pages of movie premieres, overseas travel, and unwritten letters were brutally honest reflections. Hayworth wrote in a looping script on December 3, 1955, about 5 Hollywood ladies she hates and why. These were intimate grievances fueled by betrayal, jealousy, competitiveness, and unacknowledged wounds. Each firm-handed name conveyed a distinct aspect of a silver screen siren's inner anguish. 1. Bette Davis. Rita always held a hidden disdain toward Bette Davis. Rita claimed Davis derailed a Columbia Pictures script she was writing, even though they never worked together. Davis said the wartime romance was too heavy for Rita, a lovely puppet. Davis allegedly sabotaged the project by influencing studio heads, according to Hayworth's diaries. Rita wrote, "She never considered me an actress. She saw my hair and hips, not my heart. She called me a perfume commercial face. That hurt me more than I told anyone." 2. Joan Crawford. Joan Crawford and Rita Hayworth had personal and professional conflict. According to the diary, Joan brought Rita to a charity dinner and humiliated her in front of industry professionals with backhanded compliments and subtle barbs at her many marriages. Rita said Joan always wore ambition like a steel crown. "She once pretended to advise me, but only wanted to remind me of my failings. She said Rita will learn. Hollywood breakfasts on females like you. She monitored my chewing." 3. Rita hated Zaza Gabor, a socialite rather than a competitor actress, for personal reasons. Zaza flirted with Rita's ex-husband Prince Ali Khan in the 1950s, possibly more. Though Rita had long split from him, the prospect of another woman, especially one so outspoken and charming, joining him hurt her pride. Rita wrote that she covered him like a mink. Zaza was never satisfied unless she entered through someone else's pain. Veronica Lake. 4. Though different, Rita and Veronica Lake were often compared for their sensuous film presence and beauty. Rita's diary states that Veronica refused to talk to her at a Paramount party and then publicly declared Hayworth Hollywood's overglossed error in a drunken arrogance. Rita never forgiven her for that night. Rita said she wanted to be cold, but I only saw bitterness behind platinum waves. She never made place for warmth or another star. 5. Eva Gardner. Eva Gardner's entry may be the most hurtful. Said that she once considered Eva a friend who knew beauty and stardom. When Eva began an affair with Rita's hidden lover, it hurt terribly. Eva understood my feelings toward him. Despite knowing, she took him. Rita wrote, "All's fair in love and movies," shrugging. "I lost faith in both that day." One last thought. The diary concludes with painful truth. "Maybe I despised them because they embodied what I feared in myself: ruthlessness, regret, and the way we all struggled to matter in a box office and bone structure world." Last chapter of her life. Rita Hayworth, Hollywood's seductive beauty, battled Alzheimer's illness. Her illness worsened by February 1987. She fell into a semi-coma after years of mental decline that bewildered even her loved ones before the sickness was recognized. This tragedy marked the end of a woman whose sparkling film presence had charmed millions worldwide. As she lost consciousness, her family, especially her beloved daughter Princess Yasmin Aga Khan, comforted her. Rita Hayworth died in her Manhattan residence on May 14, 1987, at 68. Alzheimer's complications killed. At the time, neurodegenerative disorders were poorly known and stigmatized. Her death garnered national and international attention to the disease because she was one of the first public individuals diagnosed. Tragically, the lady who had previously astonished audiences with her liveliness, intelligence, and breathtaking beauty spent her final years fighting a disease that progressively stole her of her memory, her identity, and life. President Ronald Reagan, a former Hollywood actor and Hayworth's heyday friend, was saddened by her death. Reagan, who would eventually be diagnosed with Alzheimer's, reflected on her life and legacy in a meaningful statement. He said Rita Hayworth was one of our favorite stars. She dazzled audiences on theater and cinema from a young age. Reagan praised Hayworth for boldly facing her sickness. Rita was famous for her Alzheimer's condition later in life. Her fortitude and honesty, together with her family's, brought global attention to a condition we hope will be cured. Rita's death saddens Nancy and myself. Her friendship will be missed. We extend our deep sympathy to her family. The statement was not only a tribute to Hayworth as an entertainer, but also a recognition of her role in breaking the silence around Alzheimer's at a time when the condition was often kept hidden. A funeral mass was held for Hayworth on May 18, 1987, at the Church of the Good Shepherd in Beverly Hills, a place of worship often frequented by many of Hollywood's most devout stars. The church, solemn and filled with mourning admirers, bore witness to a final farewell that was both dignified and emotionally charged. Attendees included friends, family, fellow actors, and admirers from across the entertainment industry. The list of pallbearers reflected the profound impact Hayworth had on her peers. Among them were actor Ricardo Montalban, known for his charm and elegance; Glenn Ford, a frequent co-star and one-time romantic companion; Cesar Romero, the debonair Latin lover of classic cinema; actor Anthony Franciosa; acclaimed choreographer Hermes Pan, who had worked closely with her during her dance film career; and Philip Lookinbill, a longtime family friend whose presence symbolized the bond between Hayworth and those who remained steadfast through her struggles. Following the service, Rita Hayworth was laid to rest at Holy Cross Cemetery in Culver City, California, a hallowed burial ground for many of Hollywood's greats. Her grave site, serene and shaded, became a place of pilgrimage for fans and admirers who wished to honor the legacy of a woman who had once been dubbed the love goddess. On her headstone was inscribed a heartfelt message from her daughter Yasmin: "To yesterday's companionship and tomorrow's reunion." The inscription, tender and poetic, captured the deep connection between mother and daughter, a relationship that had endured the trials of fame, illness, and loss. Yasmin would later dedicate her life to raising awareness about Alzheimer's, founding organizations, and leading global advocacy campaigns inspired by her mother's memory. Though she left this world in silence and decline, Rita Hayworth's influence endured. Her films continued to enchant new generations, her image immortalized in photographs, posters, and the iconic red dress she wore in Gilda. More than just a screen siren, Hayworth's courageous battle with Alzheimer's helped change public perception of the disease, inspiring compassion and medical research that would grow exponentially in the years after her death. Her final years may have been marked by suffering, but her legacy remained one of beauty, bravery, and timeless cinematic magic.